Did you know that in Iceland, summer can bring 24 hours of sunlight, while in winter, there may be no daylight at all? It's a magical country where volcanoes, glaciers, and the unimaginable exist side by side. A place where you might just bump into the president relaxing in a public hot spring. And don't forget, Icelanders are famously bold when it comes to love. In fact, they even have an app to check family ties just to avoid accidentally dating a relative. And that's just the beginning. Want to discover more jaw-dropping facts? Join us as we explore 15 amazing truths about Iceland in today's travel documentary. Number 15, the frozen land where the sun shines 24 hours a day. Iceland, also known as the land of ice and fire, lies in the North Atlantic Ocean near the Arctic Circle. Set apart from mainland Europe, it's like a quirky loner that prefers to play solo, covering around 103,000 square kilometers, just a bit larger than the U.S. state of Hawaii. Iceland is vast enough to hold some of the world's most stunning natural wonders, erupting volcanoes, massive glaciers, and even black sand beaches. The climate? Truly one of a kind. Summers feel like nature's free air conditioning, while winters can be bitterly cold. But thanks to the warm Gulf Stream current, Iceland's winters aren't as extreme as other places at the same latitude. With a population of just around 400,000, less than that of a major U.S. city, Iceland is one of the most sparsely populated countries in the world. Ethnically, it's nearly a mono-ethnic nation, with most people being Nordic Icelanders, handsome descendants of the Vikings. The main language is Icelandic, one of the oldest and least changed languages in the world, and also one of the hardest to learn. Thankfully, most Icelanders speak fluent English, making it easy for visitors to get around. Number 14, the world's most beautiful beach. Without sunshine, only in Iceland, Rianistra, the legendary black sand beach in southern Iceland, often dubbed the most beautiful beach on earth, with no sunshine. Forget blue skies and golden sun. This place captivates travelers with its surreal, otherworldly scenery that feels like something straight out of a sci-fi film. Located about 110 miles south of Reykjavik, it's a 2.5-hour drive through lava fields and snowy mountains. The beach is famous for its massive basalt columns rising like fortress walls and powerful waves that can reach up to 40 feet, or over 12 meters. The whole landscape feels like a dramatic set from a Hollywood fantasy film. And here's something fascinating. In Iceland, personal space and freedom of choice are deeply respected. There are beaches where locals freely immerse themselves in nature and enjoy outdoor activities in their own way, as long as it doesn't disturb others. It's completely legal, just like in Denmark and Sweden. Number 13, the land of Norse goddesses. Walking the streets of Reykjavik, you might feel like you've stepped into a fairy tale. Porcelain skin, icy blue eyes, and an ethereal presence. Some Icelandic women look like real-life Norse goddesses. But it's not just their beauty that stands out. Icelandic women are fiercely independent. They know their worth and live life entirely on their own terms. Here, women run businesses, write books, climb mountains, drive taxis, raise children, and still manage to keep it cool like it's no big deal. They also have progressive views on love and marriage. Dating apps like Tinder are popular across the island. But with a population of just 400,000, the chances of accidentally matching with a cousin? Pretty high. That's why Icelanders use a unique tool called the Islanding app, an app that lets you check if you're related to your date. Yep, really. So, do Icelandic women like marrying foreigners? Honestly, nationality isn't what matters here. Respect, commitment, and genuine connection are what count. Icelandic women are known for being incredibly loyal. Want tips on how to connect with Icelandic women on dating apps or social media? Drop a comment with the number 8, and we'll share some fun ideas just for you. Number 12, Iceland's hot tub culture. In Iceland, hot tubs aren't just for relaxing, they're a way of life. From early morning to late at night, you'll find locals soaking in public geothermal pools, not just to unwind, but to connect, socialize, and share stories. These hot springs come in all shapes and sizes, from cozy corner tubs to large communal pools, kept at the perfect temperature. 37 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius, 98 degrees Fahrenheit to 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Ideal for relaxing, chatting, or even deep life talks. And here's the best part. In Iceland's hot tubs, everyone is equal. You can have a conversation with a teacher, a fisherman, even the president of Iceland, and no one bats an eye. Locals believe these pools are not only for cleansing the body, but also for cleansing the soul. Open, friendly conversations in warm waters help maintain strong social bonds in this close-knit society. If you're visiting Iceland, don't miss the chance to dip into a hot spring. You might walk away with stories you'll never forget. Number 11, a culture of escaping the world. Tucked between snowy fields and ancient volcanoes, you'll find something special. Wooden cabins quietly hidden in the wilderness. These aren't your typical weekend getaways. For many Icelanders, they're a way of life, a return to slow living, harmony with nature, and a break from the modern world. Some cabins are so remote, they can only be reached by hiking or off-road vehicles. No electricity, no Wi-Fi, just natural spring water, wind power, and peace. This isn't a passing trend. Many Icelanders actually live and work from these cabins year-round, embracing a lifestyle inspired by their Viking ancestors, who once roamed and thrived in the wild. Today, there are more than 300 self-built cabins scattered across the country. Each one is a quiet tribute to Iceland's deep-rooted respect for nature and the belief that solitude can be powerful. Number 10, Iceland and the world's largest genetic bank. When you think of cutting-edge biotechnology, countries like the US, Japan, or Germany might come to mind. But Iceland? It's quietly leading the world in genetic research. With a population of just 400,000, Iceland hosts the largest genetic bank per capita, thanks to a groundbreaking initiative by Decode Genetics, with strong support from the government. Over 2/3 of the population have volunteered their DNA to help researchers trace hereditary diseases, some dating all the way back to the Viking era. Participation is completely voluntary, and many Icelanders take pride in helping to advance global medicine. The goal? Prevent conditions like cancer, heart disease, and Alzheimer's, while preserving Viking bloodlines for future generations. Even cooler? In Iceland, just a few clicks can tell you which Viking bloodline you come from. No other country in the world offers that kind of experience. Number 9, a real Viking village where locals live like their ancestors. In northern Iceland, there's a hidden gem, a Viking village where people still live and work just as their ancestors did 1,000 years ago. This isn't a theme park. It's a fully recreated settlement built with striking authenticity. Small wooden houses with thatched roofs, handmade tools, and meals cooked the old way, over hot stones and open flames. What makes this place truly unique is that visitors don't just watch from a distance. You can live like a Viking, too. Try your hand at everyday Viking tasks, chopping wood, weaving fabric, crafting tools, or baking rustic bread using ancient methods. One of the highlights? Dressing in full Viking gear. The weight of the armor, the feel of the wool and leather. You'll start to understand the strength and fierce independence of those early Norse warriors. And during Christmas, the village comes alive with Viking festivals, featuring boat races, reenacted battles, and ancient combat sports. It's a high-energy, immersive experience that truly feels like stepping back into the rugged, wild Viking age. Number 8, life in Reykjavik. By day, Reykjavik is full of charm. Under the rare rays of Icelandic sun, the city hums with life. Locals wander cobbled streets lined with colorful houses, students bike to class. Moms push strollers past cozy cafes, and friends gather on benches with fresh coffee in hand. It's a city where the old meets the new. Vintage bookshops sit beside sleek glass buildings, and street murals add bursts of personality to every corner. Icelanders love the outdoors, even when the weather's wild. Locals head out for whale watching in Faxafloy Bay, or take a dip in the legendary Blue Lagoon, where hot mineral waters offer warmth even in the snow. But when night falls, Reykjavik becomes something else entirely. Live music spills out from pubs and rooftops. The city glows under neon lights. Nightlife hotspots like B5 Club and Priki Bar pulse with energy, from EDM to jazz to indie rock. And here's something unexpected. Karaoke is almost a national obsession. Icelanders will sing anywhere, bars, homes, even hot springs. It's more than fun, it's tradition. Number 7, some of the most breathtaking destinations on Earth. Iceland is a land of raw, surreal beauty, a paradise where every landscape feels like it belongs on another planet. Start with the Blue Lagoon, the most famous geothermal spa in the world. Its milky turquoise waters, rich in silica, are said to leave your skin soft and smooth. But what really makes it magical? The lagoon is surrounded by black volcanic rock, creating a spa experience like no other, right in the heart of the earth. Then there's Vatnajökull National Park, home to the mighty Vatnajökull Glacier, one of Europe's largest. This is a place to explore ice caves glowing in crystal blue hues, or to hike frozen peaks that seem to touch the clouds. And for the ultimate volcanic adventure, head to Landmannalaugar in Iceland's Wild Highlands. It's famous for its colorful mountains, natural hot springs, and sweeping lava fields. Hiking here takes you past emerald lakes, red cliffs, and winding trails that lead through a world shaped by fire and ice. Each location tells a different story of nature's power, beauty, and timeless wonder. Number 6. Iceland and the 100% Real Elf Protection Agency. Yes, you heard that right. Iceland actually has an elf protection agency. It sounds like something straight out of a fairy tale, but in Iceland, elves and mystical creatures are taken seriously. So seriously, in fact, that multi-million-dollar construction projects have been paused or redirected over concerns they might disturb invisible beings. A national survey found that up to 54% of Icelanders believe in elves, forest spirits, and the hidden folk, supernatural beings known locally as Huldafolk. One major example? A highway project near Western Reykjavik was brought to a halt when locals protested that the planned route would cut through an elf habitat. The result? The road was redesigned and rerouted, all in respect for the unseen. Even more fascinating, there's an unofficial organization, often referred to as the Elf Protection Agency, led by Ragnhildur Jonsdottir, Iceland's own elf language translator. In a country known for cutting-edge tech and world-class genetics, the respect for mystical forces is one of Iceland's most endearing contradictions. Number 5. The only country without ants or mosquitoes. If bugs drive you crazy, Iceland might be your dream destination. Why? Because Iceland is one of the only countries in the world with no mosquitoes and no ants. It's like a natural paradise for anyone who's ever swatted at a mosquito or chased ants off a picnic table. Scientists explain that Iceland's harsh climate, volcanic soil, and wildly unpredictable weather make it nearly impossible for insects like mosquitoes to survive. The constant freezing and thawing disrupts their life cycle, so larvae can't mature. While the rest of the world spends billions fighting mosquito-borne illnesses, Icelanders stroll through the wilderness buzz-free. So yes, you can enjoy a midnight hike, soak in a hot spring, or even nap outdoors without being bitten once. Number 4. Alcohol isn't sold in supermarkets, only in government stores. Planning to pick up a bottle of wine at the grocery store in Iceland? Think again. Alcohol here is sold only in government-run stores called Venbin. You won't find beer, wine, or spirits at your local corner shop or gas station. These stores are managed by the state and are often open for limited hours, especially on weekends. So if you're planning a celebration, make sure you stock up ahead of time. Why all the rules? It's part of Iceland's efforts to control alcohol consumption and reduce abuse, especially among younger generations. It's a major cultural contrast from countries like the US or the UK, where alcohol is sold almost everywhere. In Iceland, buying a bottle is a bit more of a conscious choice, and it reflects the country's overall thoughtful approach to well-being. Number 3. Iceland's most unique and bizarre festivals. From Viking traditions to modern music marathons, Iceland knows how to throw a truly unforgettable party. Let's start with one of the coolest events, the Iceland Airwaves Festival. Held right in the middle of winter, this world-famous music event transforms Reykjavik into a glowing citywide concert. But the best part? The venues? You'll find performances in tiny cafes, old warehouses, and even bookstores, blending music, space, and creativity into one epic experience. Another favorite? Beer Day, celebrated every March 1st, marking the day beer was re-legalized in Iceland after being banned for nearly 75 years. On this day, bars all over the country are packed with locals toasting to freedom, fun, and fermented goodness. And throughout the year, You'll find colorful festivals full of quirky costumes, Viking games, and a magical mix of joy and nostalgia. It's like stepping into a celebration from another realm, where ancient traditions meet modern fun. Curious why beer was banned for so long in the first place? Drop a comment with the number 6, and we'll tell you the wild backstory. Number 2, cost of living in Iceland. Thinking of moving to Iceland or planning a longer stay? One of the most surprising things is the country's reasonable cost of living, especially when you consider the environment you're getting in return. Over 99% of Iceland's electricity comes from hydro and geothermal energy. That means lower utility bills and a cleaner, greener lifestyle. There's no smog, no heavy industry, just crisp, pollution-free air and wide open landscapes. Renting a one-bedroom apartment in downtown Reykjavik runs about $1,200 per month. Sure, that's not cheap, but when you add in the high quality of life, safety, and natural beauty, it's more than fair. Utilities, including electricity, water, and internet, cost around $200 per month, thanks to renewable energy. Groceries? If you cook at home, you're looking at about $300 to $400 per month. Public transport costs around $100, and gym memberships go for $50 to $70 if you like to stay active. All in all, a monthly budget of $2,000 to $2,500 is usually enough to live comfortably. Want to retire or stay long-term? Iceland is part of the Schengen area, meaning U.S. citizens can visit for up to 90 days visa-free. For longer stays, you'll need to apply for a residence permit, which usually takes 1 to 3 months. And here's the best part, Iceland has no military, and its crime rate is one of the lowest in the world. It's often compared to a peaceful village, where even prisons look more like wellness retreats than correctional facilities. Thinking of living close to nature in one of the world's safest and cleanest countries? Iceland might just be your dream destination. Number 1. Unique Icelandic cuisine. Finally, let's talk about food, because Icelandic cuisine is in a league of its own. At the top of the list, skyr, a thick, creamy yogurt that's been a staple for over 1,000 years. It's smooth, slightly tangy, and often served with berries or honey. Icelanders eat it for breakfast, snacks, and even dessert. Another must-try is Icelandic lamb soup, made with tender local lamb, root vegetables, and herbs. It's warm, hearty, and perfect after a chilly outdoor adventure. Seafood lovers, you're in luck. Iceland is known for its ultra-fresh salmon and cod, cooked simply to let the ocean flavors shine through. But Icelandic cuisine isn't just about freshness, it's about tradition. There's even a traditional dish that was once a point of national pride, but is now banned. Curious? Drop a comment with the number 2, and we'll tell you the fascinating story behind it. Outro! And there you have it, 15 amazing, mind-blowing facts about Iceland. From elf protectors and Viking villages to geothermal spas and karaoke in hot tubs, Iceland is more than just a destination. It's a world of wonder, culture, and unforgettable experiences. Thanks for joining us on this journey. If you enjoyed the ride, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more epic travel stories from around the globe. See you in the next adventure.